So good morning, everybody, and welcome to Return to Work Week, powered by workingmums.co.uk. I'm Gillian Liston. I'm the founder of Working Mums and your host for today. Working Mums has been supporting job seekers for looking for a better work-life balance for over 17 years, and we're really excited to introduce Return to Work Week. The week puts a spotlight on those organisations that are supporting women who want to return to work after a career break by offering work that works for them. We've got an info-packed webinar this morning with Smart PA's founder, Sara Bajawi. And Sara is going to be discussing all things women in business, remote working, becoming a successful Smart PA business owner, and providing tips and tricks that can help you, that you can apply to help grow and bring success to your business. We're going to have lots of time for questions, so please do use the chat function, which you'll see at the bottom of your screens throughout this morning's session. So Sara, without further ado, over to you and welcome.
Thanks, Gillian. Thank you and welcome everybody. And thank you to Working Mums for arranging this really important week and recognising this important initiative and situation in terms of supporting people to get back into work. And thank you to the Working Mums audience for attending today. So my name, like Gillian says, my name's Sara and I am the founder of Smart PA, and our intention today is for me to provide some information about Smart PA and the business opportunity that we offer predominantly women, because it's predominantly women that want to become a Smart PA, and to talk about provide business insights, the highs, the lows, the emotional journey, touching on that. And really the purpose is we hope that you will leave the session today with some hints, tips, insights, takeaways, anything that whether you're considering to become a Smart PA business owner or a business owner in general, or even thinking about a career switch or returning to work, that there's something for everybody. So that is the intention. So without further ado, what I thought I could do was to provide you with some information on, a little bit more information on Smart PA and the why we exist, what we do, and just bring that to life. So essentially I've popped our vision, mission and our value proposition there on the screen. So essentially our vision as an organization, a global brand, is to unleash potential. We want to support young people and women and create many more business role models and for our future generations. And we use that vision every single day in our organization to support us, to drive forward, to make business decisions, and to continually ensure that we are meeting our promise to our people and our customers. Day to day, our mission is to continually transform the admin and business support sector through technology and education. Education is a huge part of Smart PA in terms of our in-house support, as well as it's instrumental to both our partnership and the success of our partnership, as well as our give back in our ESG strategy. And our value proposition, we talk a lot about at Smart PA, the product is the queen, if you like. And our value proposition is really, really simple. It is, to cultivate and create a global team of passionate Smart PAs that are equipped, that are tech savvy, that are operational geniuses, and most importantly, that are absolutely laser sharp focused on making an impact for each and every one of our clients. Making an impact, and the impact specifically is to support and unleash potential in organizations, and the leaders and departments and teams, and unleashing potential in these organizations and businesses, whether they're a startup, a scaling business, and right through to the global enterprises, household brands that we support globally every day, supporting them to enable their people to play to strengths and provide them with exceptional PA, admin, and business support services. So that's a little bit about, why we exist, why we get out of bed in the morning. And if I flick to the next slide, we're going to talk about the early days, and that transition, so of becoming and making the decision to become, a business owner, where it all started. So what we've done is we've put these quotes on this slide here that we talk about a lot in Smart PA, and we use a lot in certainly within our partnership community and supporting people that are considering becoming a business owner, a Smart PA business owner, to help them make that decision and, during that discovery phase. So the first one I'm going to touch on here is you're a product of your decisions, not your circumstances. So this quote is one of my favorites, and it's actually one of the quotes that really helped me in my early days of making that transition. So to give you a little bit of insight, my personal background is coming from very, very working class background. I don't typically learn the way we learn at school, and university and these opportunities weren't really an option for me when I was leaving school at 16. So really that was about me, using this quote to really think about it doesn't matter what's going on around me. It's about ownership and decision of those ownerships. And one of our values at Smart PA is the value of accountability, responsibility. We own it. And this is something that we really support our partnership, community to think about when they're considering making that transition, the transition of, inconvenience, if you like. Transformation is inconvenience. Change is inconvenient. And we want to make sure that our partners are fully aware and have considered all options and circumstances before they make that final decision into the business owner arena. And this next one is just when we like one day or day one, you decide. That's simply about, it's up to you whether you do it today, you plan for it. Ultimately, it's your decision. And again, that one, just at the end there, you start today, start tomorrow, start over, start again, whatever. It's just about getting started. And again, that's really one of the sort of mantras we have internally at Smart PA. If it's something that we believe in and our gut tells us and the data tells us and our due diligence tells us that this is the right way to go, just get started. Let's get cracking. Let's move on. Let's create a pilot. Let's use that, and then to move forward and then learn from the early days. Just get started. So that's just some insights there. And then this one is about getting off the ground. And again, I'll touch on a little bit of personal insights here, but essentially getting off the ground, just getting started, is one of the hardest, steps, if you like. There's a lot of procrastination, there's possibly confidence, can I do this? Do I believe in myself? But ultimately it's about ensuring that you've got the plan and you've done all the due diligence and just making that first step, creating the foundations of, success. And, just to share some insight here. So one of the first things that, we recommend and we do, whether you are, thinking about Smart PA as an opportunity or starting your own business, is the foundations for us are things such as, like I touched on at the start, being really clear on your value proposition. What is the product? What is the impact that you want to deliver in your product, your service, etc.? Being really crystal clear on that so you can really articulate that and communicate that right from the get-go. Thinking about your client experience, your customer experience, how do you want people to describe interactions with you and your business as it grows? Anyone from a customer, an employee, a supplier, how do you want them to describe communicating and interacting with your organization? And then when you get clear on that, that's thinking about the culture, even if it's just yourself as a startup, thinking about what culture do you want to work in, what energy do you want to work in, what vibe, and then what behaviors will drive that culture. And again, just getting really crystal clear on these foundations right at the start. Then obviously there's a process of, operational, finance, etc. But there's a couple of foundational things there to support you to get off the ground. this is a particular one, help I need clients, any customers, I need revenue, that I encountered. So I had this concept, I wanted to create this organization that enabled any business to have access to world-class PA admin support services. Within that, wanted to create a global community of women that were accredited, at the peak of their career, wanted to become business owners. I had this vision, which was fantastic. And it was there. And then it was kind of, okay, let's think about the processes, the procedures. What needs to, what infrastructure do I require to get this off the ground and to move this forward? And then I had this sort of moment, and I'm thinking, this sort of sinking feeling at one point, and thinking, wait a minute, this is all brilliant on paper and the visualization, but ultimately I need clients. How am I going to do that? And I'm thinking to myself at this moment, wait a minute, I am operational. I am passionate about delivering the value proposition, the impact, but actually I don't sell. I'm not a salesperson. So again, this is, mindset, and thinking about, okay, how do I overcome this? How do I get this, change the word of, selling, if you like, in my head into something more positive? So first and foremost, I had to change that, and it was around conversation and communication. So I had to say to myself, look, you're passionate about the product, the service, what you're going to deliver. You're simply going to talk to people and have conversations and bring it to life. And, that's going to help you, build brand awareness and then generate clients. So that was kind of one thought process that I started to work on. And the next piece, which links to the next point on the screen around sustainable growth, is around, I then said to myself, I only need one client. I just need one customer to engage the service and experience the impact of the service that I've designed and I want to deliver. And that client will then become my sales force. They will then want to tell their friends, their family, other colleagues, etc., about this service. And that's exactly how Smart PA started, right at the infancy. And this is something that we coach our partnership community on. We have a growth from within toolkit, which is about supporting our partners to understand, how we create happy clients, how we make impact, and then how we support our clients to then, are authentically want to share their experience with, with their friends or family, etc. So that is, and it's actually part of sustainable growth. This growth within piece is actually part of our head office growth strategy as well. It all comes from creating happy clients, satisfied clients. Moving on to the next point around getting off the ground, the honeymoon period. We spent a lot of time in this space over the years as we refine our partnership, product, service and support, and really defining the emotional journey of becoming a business owner. And the honeymoon period, and when I reflect back on my own personal journey, I remember this period very, very clearly. And it's a period whereby you're excited, you're invigorated, you've empowered yourself, you've made that decision, you're starting today, you're starting now. And you've set your vision, you've set your intention in terms of, why am I deciding to become a business owner? What is the catalyst? What am I looking to achieve? Is it work-life balance? Is it, being able to travel more? Is it financial? You've set all that intention and you're really excited. And then you kind of, you get your first client and you have your first orders, you deliver your first few products, and you're kind of, you're going, the energy's high. And then it's the kind of thinking, okay, things such as you could get a little bit of burnout because you've spread yourself too thin. You could get your first little knockback in terms of a bit of constructive customer feedback. You might lose a client. There might be other external things that come, and it's kind of like, oh, and so for this part here, we talk about at Smart PA in our partnership coaching and accreditation to be aware of it. Knowledge is power. If you're aware of that piece and you know that there could be a dip coming, it's about how we support ourselves to maintain optimistic and positive and have a plan to get back out of that space. And again, After that, supporting our people to sort of get their mojo back, thinking about how they can protect their energy if they have spread themselves too thinly. A great book here that I read early days was The E-Myth, and it talks a lot about, whether you're the entrepreneur, the manager, or the technician, and how you sort of battle these three roles in your head, kind of battle, and how if you try and do all three, you can very, very easily get burnout. So the getting the mojo bit back about is about, protecting your energy and getting yourself back to peak performance, which is something we talk a lot about at Smart PA. And then moving on lastly to my final slide, and then opening up questions to Gillian and obviously the audience, is around, what makes Smart PA, different. A question I get asked a lot is, what makes your partnership community so strong and so robust? And essentially it comes back to culture and support and mentorship, and collective success is really apparent and at Smart PA. Our partnership community, genuinely, authentically, each individual partner want to support each other. They want to lift each other. They want to empower each other. And that comes from, we have a framework. And within that framework that we train, which includes things such as, how to go to market, the quality assurance framework, all our methods, Smart PA methods. Once we train all that, that's the framework. We then give our partners autonomy within that framework in terms of what business models do they want to operate. Is it part-time, quarter-time, full-time? What sectors do they want to go after? What skills do they want to deliver? What is their sweet spot in terms of service delivery? So there's autonomy within that framework that we provide our partnership, that again drives that collective success, this global community of individual Smart PA partners that all want to come together with a shared purpose, a united purpose, to deliver our value proposition, and that is for us is what really drives our the strength of our community. And that's it really for me in terms of sort of bringing to life very high level a bit of Smart PA and our partnership. And yeah, over to Gillian for questions.
Thank you, Sarah. I mean, it's really interesting to hear what you're saying, and inspiring to hear some of your story as well. I've got a few questions coming through, and actually a couple around working part-time or combining jobs. And I was wondering, in relation to those questions, whether you could tell us a little bit more about the model itself and what people new to Smart PA could expect in the early weeks and months.
Yeah, of course. So I've got just writing that down so make sure I answer all the questions. So in terms of the model, so if I just sort of talk about Smart PA, the brand. So in terms of Smart PA as an organisation, we have two talent pools, if you like. So we have an in-house team and we have our partnership community. Within our partnership community, we've got around about 250 partners globally. Our in-house employees, if you like, in our partnership community, we come together, and even within the partnership community, we can support each other on different client accounts as well. In terms of the individual business model a partner could undertake, there's a variety, and through the discovery process in terms of understanding the driver for wanting to become a business owner, is around, what are you looking for? What is the outcome in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and beyond? And then we will work with the partner to design their model. So it could be, quarter time. It could be a parent that's coming back to, that's just had children and they're want to re-enter the workplace, but want to do it via a business owner model. So we'll look at that and we'll say, okay, so how much time do you have available? What does that look like? And, when I refer to the quarter time model, then, you've got people that want to run a part-time model and a full-time model. And and again, that is all completely up to the partner. And then we support the partner to then say, if you go down this route, what that could look like financially in 6 months, in a year, is this, etc., etc. And the early days, sorry, that is the second question there. In terms of early days, what you can expect is the first 8 to 12 weeks, we have our own CPD accredited. We've got our own training academy that's CPD accredited. And the partnership undergo an 8 to 12 week accreditation program. And that covers everything from, how to deliver the SmartPA service, our quality assurance, our growth from within, sustainable growth model, mentorship, how to support yourself, business skills, all these sorts of things. It's literally a business in a box that we take you through. And when you come out of accreditation, you then are supported by the business support team. And that is a range of coaching, mentorship sessions and programs to support that early days, that honeymoon phase, and then going off into sort of the live phase of running your business. I think what I would say certainly about SmartPA is it's an opportunity that we want to be involved in your whole SmartPA journey. We don't want to just deliver accreditation and say, okay, good luck. We want to be part of taking you and empowering you to the next stage and the next stage.
Thank you, Sarah. And I'm getting a couple of questions around, how much the training is, and also is it a franchise model, and what are the fees? And does that work in separate parts?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we talk about, we typically sit within the franchise industry. However, we chose right from the start to change franchisee to partnership as a term. We changed things in the agreement. A typical franchise will take a percentage of your profit every month of your turnover. We chose not to do that because we wanted to give everybody the best chance in terms of getting their business off the ground. So we don't take profit. We take a management fee instead, so we chose it to partnership, and also because the language of partnership is much more inclusive, we felt, and much more community-based as opposed to franchisee. So yeah, we sit within the franchise model, but we've made a few adjustments to the legal side of that. In terms of fees and investment, we have a variety of products that our team can let you know about, but essentially the main product that we sell is, I think, 13.5 plus VAT £1,000 of an investment, and that gets you everything. That gets you your accreditation, it gets you access to our community, it gets you access to your coaching and your mentorship, and it's lifelong. Like I say, it doesn't stop. It's all there for the duration of your SmartPA journey. Obviously, it gets all your sales and marketing support, all your tools. Our partners, really what we want them to do is almost, practice what we preach, play to your strengths. So allowing our partners just to focus on delivering the product, making that impact for our customers and our clients. We take care of everything else at head office, sales, marketing, the whole lot, client success, checking the clients, all of that is taken. We do all that essentially.
Thank you. And then what is that kind of time commitment in the early days for the training, the 3 months?
On average, it's around about 40 to 50 hours worth of learning time, and it can be done whenever. It's flexible. So we know our audience. Our audience, a SmartPA, is stereotypically female aged between 30 to probably about 60, either at a stage of their life whereby typically they have children or have just had children. Children have gone off to school or university, and they're then deciding, actually, just now is the time I want to do something for me and my career and elevate myself. So we build the training and accreditation around understanding the profile of our SmartPA.
Brilliant, thank you. And I'm just watching, we've got quite a few questions coming through, so I'm going to go through really great questions actually. One is, can you work as a PA for SmartPA, or is it just the business partner model? Absolutely.
SmartPA, we've got growth in our DNA. We are constantly recruiting at head office as well as in the partnership. So yes, absolutely. If you want to work for head office, you just get in touch. We recruit an in-house team. Our head office is in Edinburgh. We've got a team out in South Africa, Uganda and Malaysia, but we also have a remote team as well in the UK.
Brilliant, thank you. And next question, how do you find the first client? I mean, that's going to be $1 million question, I guess.
Well, I suppose, yeah, we train, there's a lot of initiatives. So what we talk about is thinking about your locality and your where you've worked previously, and your network. And we coach you through different ways in which to approach these different types of populations, if you like, and then open up the conversation and then take that to the next stage. And also, I should mention actually, in terms of revenue streams, you can also support other partners in the community, which is quite a nice entry into getting your business off the ground in a supportive way, and generate some revenue that way. You can also support head office. Head office typically look after the enterprise accounts, the large global brands and contracts. There's an opportunity to support head office and generate revenue that way. And also we provide what we refer to as a bonus client, and you get your bonus client as well that we provide.
Brilliant. So really a lot of support there, and yeah, mentorship. That's brilliant. And another really good question: what experience do you need to be a smart PA, and what makes a great smart PA?
I love this question. So we talk a lot about the will and the skill. So first and foremost, it all starts with recruitment, and recruitment being even in the partnership, ensuring that this human being is passionate about delivering the service, is passionate about our sector, is passionate about supporting organisations to unleash their potential and thrive. That's really critical for us. We can teach the skill because, like I say, we've got our own academy, and it's, we've got every possible training module there, diary, travel, event management, document production, all these things. It's all there. That's that. We find that the easy part, but it comes down to the human being. Are they passionate about what we do? And then the next piece, which is really important for us, is growth mindset. Does this person want to come out of their comfort zone? Do they truly sign up to to inconvenience and changing and coming out and feeling a little bit uncomfortable in that stretch zone? That's really important. Are they wanting to develop and learn, and are they committed to continual development? That for us is those sort of three things are vital. Any
specific qualifications, or is it more about? Do you think
it's more about we provide that all of that, so for example, to give you some, we have smart PAs that are lawyers, accountants, I'm just trying to think, that haven't come from professional services at all, that maybe come from retail or domestic services. It is really varied, and like I say, we know that. So our whole accreditation, which is CPD accredited, and beyond, that constant training is designed to support and elevate each partner. So it's pretty much, when we take on a partner, if we know they haven't come from professional services or a PA background, we know that. So we can say, right, okay, this person might require a little bit more of this type of skills learning, or a little bit more of this knowledge, and that's absolutely fine. And we can just bolt that in along their journey.
That sounds like a really bespoke approach to all your partners as well. And I mean, what do you think makes Smart PA different from others in the sector?
Well, for us, what we talk a lot about our training academy, the fact that we have this accreditation and we are committed to driving the ongoing transformation in our sector. So we don't want to stand still. So, for example, the other part would be, tech. All of our smart PAs are tech savvy, they're operational geniuses. And if they come to us without these skills, like I say, we support them because that is the future of the world, but certainly our sector. Our people make us different. It all starts with recruitment. Our people are energetic, they're unstoppable, they're ambitious, they want to grow. They thrive on positivity. We recruit to our values. They're people who want to own it, who want to be accountable. And the other part, in terms of what makes us different, is that whole focus on our sector, the industry insights. We've got a global client base, and a client base of all shapes and sizes. So that gives us phenomenal insight into where our industry is going. What is, if we design a product for our clients and for today, our clients tell us that. We have a variety of surveys and client check-in calls and saying, is there anything missing from our service that would really help you? And then we look at the data and we say, wait a minute, there's a gap here. We need to build out this particular part of the service because this is what, the data is telling us. So what makes us different is we're constantly driving the ongoing transformation in our sector, our people, our accreditation. And, we've got an ESG strategy as well in terms of creating sustainable employment globally. Doing good with our business. We have a training academy and we want to do good with that. So, we're currently offering training for free in a pay it forward capacity to young people and women of Africa. It's just getting off the ground. But yeah, we want to do good with our business with the resources that we have.
Fantastic. I mean, I think, yeah, that's really quite standout, I think, there. I'm just having another look, we're conscious of where the time is, questions. Another one around earning and how much can you earn as a PA to Smart PA?
So as a Smart PA partner, again, when we look at the model and we look at the services, so if we talk about the classic Smart PA service, sort of traditional services, a part-time Smart PA can earn anything between 2,500 to 4,000, and they do that through a variety of different revenue streams and ways whereby they might not be delivering the service themselves. They can have other partners be supporting them to service an account. And full-time, you're looking at about anything from about 4,000 upwards. Sort of sweet spot for a full-time Smart PA in terms of annual is going to be around 60 to 100k.
Brilliant, and that's full-time. And just coming back to questions earlier on whether it can be done part-time, I think you answered that question. What about as a second job? Do you have any Smart PAs?
Yeah, we have a few partners that do that. Again, we work with you if that's your intention to have two different businesses. We work with you to build your business model to ensure you can still service clients and not drop service, and make sure that if a client was to speak, connect with you on a Thursday and that's the day you're on your other business, that service is not impacted. So yeah, you can absolutely do that, and we have partners that do that. And again, if and when a Smart PA decides to inquire about becoming a Smart PA business owner, the discovery phase includes speaking to partners, existing partners. So if somebody would say, my preference is to do two different businesses, we would engage you with partners that are doing that successfully, and they can share their story and their insights with you.
Brilliant, thank you, Sarah. And I'm really conscious now, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time. Thank you so much and for answering so many questions. We've put a link in the chat to the Smart PA opportunity on workingmums.co.uk, and you can go there and find out lots more about Smart PA. And I think there's also a link to an email in the chat. We're going to be sending out a recording of today's webinar that will go out to everybody tomorrow. So again, if there's anything you've missed during the conversation, opportunity to pick up then. But really, thank you again, Sarah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.